And I was like, wait a minute. You mean you're the one that directed these movies? And he said, yes. And I was like, hold on a sec. Some of these movies scare the hell out of us as adolescents, young adults, and all of that. You mean you directed? He said, Uche, I have directed over 100 movies in Nollywood. But we don't make noise. We don't know how to make noise about it. I just returned from America. I came back from America. And I commissioned one of my team members to say, look into this man. And to my greatest shock, some of the best classics I loved as a growing adult watching Nigerian movies was made by this man. And we said, you know what? We must give him a lifetime achievement award. We have to celebrate our own. Ladies and gentlemen, your hands are not too busy. Kindly jam it together for Dr. Christian Chika Onu.
There's one thing one secret that a lot of you don't know about them. These were the people who formalized private practice. Yes. You know what they call private practice? That you're working somewhere and you're working somewhere else. But they craftily found a way. Oh, what the mic? No. We're all students of history, so we have to. Okay, let me leave that part. Otherwise, the way we are going, they may ask them to reform some money. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I was not surprised when the world erupted when his name was called. If you want to call fathers of the industry, artifacts. This man, if you know the film Living in Bondage Part 2, this man directed the Part 2 of that film and he went on to direct others. But here was something that was sweet about him. He went back to the university. Not only grabbed a PhD, but he also taught when he went back to the university. And I'm sure, I'm not just ordinary university, but University of Port Harcourt. And I mean, if it's not too much, and we truly want to establish a Nollywood center, we should actually name that center after somebody like him. Somebody like him. So I am very, very, very honored. And they are not just thoughts. They are not just brought a lot of people into the industry. One thing that he has done again, that we will always remember him for, he has documented the history of Nollywood in a book. Glamour Girls. The moment I saw the book, I ordered for the book and they sent it to me. I paid for the book. He sent it to me in Lagos and I went to collect it at the book. So on behalf of the Co-City Film Festival, and indeed on behalf of the industry, because as regulators, we regulate the industry, I am very honored and very privileged to be the one that will be presenting this to a legend, a living legend, to Glamour Girls, the man who we will forever remember because of those titles that he aimed for us. Glamour Girls, Chika. In fact, that was the first one that I saw specially effect. I saw special effect, Chika and the rest of them. Please, as I'm handing this over to him, let's give him another standing ovation.
Where do I start? Do I start from the beginning? I start from the middle, or do I go to the end? It's been a long time. It's been a long journey. And I remember, let's not talk about the privatization of the industry, because that's a good itself. But it was a risk worth taking, and it paid us in the end. way back in South Africa, 2002 to be precise. I was there at the Glamour Film Festival, and a pertinent question came up when they asked, how do you people keep this your gorilla films? They used the word gorilla in describing the Nollywood films, 2002. They said they are asking because South Africa, because of that, has only produced 4 films in that year. So how do we do that? And this takes me back to what Lancelot was saying in the morning, that he is a realist. And that is actually what has led us on. So I told them, we have managed to survive. We managed to produce this productive on shoestring budgets because we tell these stories the way we are. We do not hide anything. We do not glamorize anything. We do not bastardize anything. We tell our stories the way we are. When I was shooting Karishika, we were in a top cemetery 1 a.m. That was when we went into there. And we were busy searching for the appropriate grave where we could put the Karishika lady. When we get there, the other one is not useful. She showed us the right way. By the time we finished, the time we were discovering and got our mosquito choice and all this in the scale. At the stage, the crew got annoyed, they got worried because we had to start buying sugar to make everywhere good so that we can shoot that way, and we succeeded in doing it. Now, why am I saying this? You see, there is very good interest in being a realist. When you are realistic, you are going to be. I am not a loud person. Naturally, I'm not. But I derive a lot of pressure when I see that my work is reminding people who I am. I have done Glamour Girls. I just came back from the United States because I was invited for the film Karishika. I said, what is wrong? Karishika 1996, what am I going to do with that? I don't chop the money, finish now. He said, you have to come because we are trying to do a Blu-ray on that film. So 6 months later, we did the Blu-ray. They said, we're going to do it on Zoom. I said, fine. Better. 2 days after, they said, please. They said, you have to come personally to come and honor me. So I was on the hot seat because these are people who realize who is who. They knew that the producer is available, the executive producer is available, yet the director has to be on the hot seat to answer some of those nagging questions that you grab for when you have a film session. So that was actually what happened. So I feel highly elated when Uche called me, and I have to remind you, I was here 2 years ago when I was introduced to the Hall of Fame by this very boy of mine, and I feel proud whenever he talks about it. He's small but mighty, and I know that he's going places by the grace of God. So let us keep moving ahead. Let us keep being who we are so that the industry will go forward. Lancelot chipped in yesterday, or this morning, that he's a script writer. Oh my God. And you guys have script in again yesterday that he was an actor in the running television series Top Row and Dawn. See, this thing keeps smiling every day. But you make sure, let your work speak for you and not for yourself. It has been a long journey, and I think it has been worth it. People have gone. And talking about dedication, I still feel that most of our people are long gone, deserve to be recognized. Not good. Well, posthumously, especially people like you who just left us. These are people who really made us what we are. We worked for passion. We didn't work for Netflix. Yes. We worked out of passion, and that was why we were able to produce the best that is still working up till now. We didn't work with YouTube. Yes. That is why we stand out when we talk about filmmaking. I feel very proud whenever I'm in Lancelot. And I think many of us, Chika here for instance, Chika give somebody, beloved and say, thank you very much. It has been wonderful. It was really resounding because people came back to say, yes, you have told the story the way it is. And that is why the approach was very unique because I allowed the people who were the participants to talk. And as they were talking, they were challenging people. If you say this is not true, come and tell me why. Come and tell me if you were there when it happened. So come and challenge me. So it came out to me. Thank you, Mr. Shaibu. Thank you, Dr. Shaibu. And I think we have what to talk about. We can continue talking and talking and talking and talking. I think for now, there is no hiding for the goldfish, as they have always told me. Each time it comes up, and God's time continues to remain the best. So I thank you all for this wonderful occasion, and I know that we continue to thrive and thrive and thrive and move into higher heights to the glory of God. Long live Nollywood. Amen.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know we have carried this segment of special recognition